two other fellows. I'm Adam.
I'm Nicholas. And we are
Today,
here.
We're here together.
Again? So weird.
To talk about the recent Bond news, or rumors.
Yeah, it's, of course, for 60 has to end with a huge rumor blowout, you know?
And possibility.
Yes.
There were two rumors that came. Well, one rumor and then one.
Weird studio changing, freeing up.
Someone became a free agent all of a sudden.
Yeah. You know, he's temporarily unemployed.
But then now he isn't.
This is true.
So Henry Cavill, Superman.
Yes, we're talking Bond actors.
Yeah, he was on board to become Superman again after Black Adam, and
He left The Witcher to do this.
with some corporate reshuffling and new people heading up that end of
And apparently no contract being signed.
Henry.
Dwayne.
Have the contract before you make any announcements.
Yes. So, that announcement of him being Superman again aged really poorly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not The Witcher. He's not Superman. He does have one job coming up, but now he possibly is Bond. Could be.
Could be. He was the runner-up to Craig for Casino Royale, and so the Barbara and team obviously like him. We'll see. I mean, I think he's an incredibly boring choice. I think he is like what I called. Nick and I were talking the other day about it, and I was like, he's factory settings. He's just Bond shaped. He's got the look. He's decent enough. Does he move my needle in like an interesting way where I think like, oh, I would put the franchise on his shoulders for a decade? No.
No, it just... I'm very... People know me, I'm not a fan of Henry Cavill. I liked my Man from U.N.C.L.E. I did. But as an actor in general, I find him not really charismatic. I find him not really charming.
Wait. But Mission Impossible, though.
He was my weak link in that movie. He's okay, but again, you have Sean Harrison in that movie.
Okay.
It's just like, especially, he's okay, but then you get that against it, really knocks it down.
Yeah.
That's my take. Watch Fallout, guys.
I will say, like, I mean, Henry Cavill as a movie star, that is like his signature. Like, he has now a legendary, memeable.
Yes.
Make fun of it. People will be doing this for years and years because of that.
And it's one of the best spy films in recent memory. And if that is his spy legacy, I am cool with that.
Yes.
If he's Bond, I'm not sure, only because I'm not sure what they do. We still don't know what they're doing with the character in general. But
yeah.
it feels very safe. But also, he may not do the job now.
And I also feel for a person's psyche, one should not be Superman and James Bond.
No.
It's a lot of... Not that Henry is a egotistical person. I don't know him, but he seems fine. But I mean, just to be the torchbearer for those two things, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But...
He's been asked, when's the next Man of Steel sequel? When's the Man of Steel sequel for like a decade now? Mm-hmm. And everyone asks like, how long until the next Bond film? We had a rumor, that Al Pacino's gonna be Blofeld or something like that.
Right, and there's always that actor in Bond history, like a Clive Owen or something, where it's just like ships passing in the night.
Clive, Idris.
There's a there have been guys who would have been perfect for the role. It's just the timing it wasn't in the stars.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
It's okay.
Now, the other rumor
yes.
Is that Aaron Taylor Johnson put out that he went on a screen test audition.
Yeah. And possibly even filmed a gun barrel.
That's a hell of a leak if that's true.
Yeah. So, I'm a journalist, and I believe you should listen to journalists who trust good institutions. This came out from The Sun, a notoriously absurd British tabloid. So there is a massive grain of salt with all of this.
Mm-hmm.
That said, it's in the ether now. People are talking, and I want to talk to you what you think about it. But as far as I can tell, this has not been an overly divisive love or hate situation. People seem like, oh, interesting.
Since the beginning of time, my opinion of Aaron Taylor Johnson is that he has the charisma of a wet fart. I'm not thrilled. He's fine. But he's never impressed me. I mean, I haven't seen Bullet Train. But I didn't like Kick-Ass. I didn't like him as Quicksilver. I didn't like Godzilla.
You chose those worst examples.
Right, but I mean, you're a blockbuster actor now, and yeah, I don't know, like
He's not my favorite actor, but Kingsman. We played John Lennon in Nowhere Boy. In Bullet Train, he's really great. He and Brian Tyree Henry steal a movie from Brad Pitt, who's just kind of there. They're charming. They're fun. He's also one of those plus in Tenet, which I know people didn't like Tenet or didn't see it. I saw it. I loved it. He's great in it. He comes in the third act at the last minute and is fantastic. So, I'm not saying that he's my number one choice. Luke Evans, it's never going to happen, but I wanted that.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it.
I don't, and the more that I'm looking at it and hearing other people's opinions, I'm like, okay, like, he's fine, but keep looking.
It's not the most exciting choice.
And I feel like you don't need to trailblaze it and do something really crazy, but make it interesting, like kind of Craig was.
Yeah.
Where it was an actor that we maybe never really considered, but then when you put him in the tux and he's the new Bond, you're like, oh, that is very interesting. That is very cool.
Which, I won't lie, was kind of my reaction when I began Taylor Johnson news. Not to that extent, but it's an unexpected choice I can sort of see. And I like the not obvious choices.
Yes. Henry Cavill, like I said, factory settings.
But also, what's good Bond when he comes back? To steal M's line from Die Another Day, while you're away, the world changed.
And that's we talked about that in our one of our other videos. In that Britain has changed dramatically in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
With Brexit, with the death of Queen Elizabeth, the British
Whoever's Prime Minister right now, we're not going to say who because it's going to change.
Right. And we're not British, but I can sense there's a little bit of an identity crisis, and a shift of what it means to be a national and represent your country. And I feel that the next movie needs to do that. And all I see is opportunity. It's kind of like when Brosnan took over, and you had everyone's like, "Well, Bond's done now because the Cold War is done."
Yeah.
And it's like, no. There's a whole other new Russia to play with now. There's just tons of opportunity. I would love to see there's a shadowy MI6 that couldn't do stuff while the Queen Mother was around. And now the King, we're gonna get a little harder on our enemies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Britain is weaker. Sorry, Brits, you are.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, Bond needs to be tougher, or Bond needs to do more.
Yeah.
Just one issue we had in the Brosnan years, once they did GoldenEye, was like, hey, what's the enemy now? What are we doing? Oil, media moguls, which feeds over great ideas just 15 years too early. And then for Craig, it was like, well, what are we doing? I don't know, nanobots, nanomachines, just high-tech ideas. There's a chance to do a changed world now,
Yes, because now if you were to do Tomorrow Never Dies, Our World Is Not Enough, they were problems then, but now they're problems.
Yeah.
They're real problems. There's a the misinformation, which is the basis of Tomorrow Never Dies. Misinformation is all we deal with now.
Russia in post-Cold War. This is new Russia now.
Yeah, Russia in a much weakened and desperate state. That's ripe for a story. So,
and the next Bond, theoretically, someone's going to do it for 10 years. That's the idea, right?
Then, yeah. I still want a back-to-back-to-back filmed Idris Elba trilogy while they find the new guy.
Yes. No one would say no.
No one would. Everyone would see it. It's if you can't find the new guy to be the new young guy, make one or two. I know Cubby said you can't just do one, but you can do
make
two.
Money,
but you can do two.
And the marketing deals will be insane.
Yes, it'll make a lot of people happy.
Yeah, British economy would be helped. They need that.
Do it, Brits. Do it for you. You deserve it.
Do it for you, not for him.
Yeah, you deserve it.
But on the subject of potential new actors, I feel like for the last 5 years, 2 years since pandemic started, okay, since No Time to Die was in the can, it's been the same 10 names thrown around, And the Bridgerton guy, but it was Hardy, Murphy, Idris, all those guys.
Mine hasn't really been kicked around. I want Dan Stevens.
I can see that,
but we'll see.
Yeah, it's nice though to have something new. I guess it's nice that we're sort of moving past the same 10 guys.
And this has been since before, when Brosnan was doing it, even if he was going to quit, or there's always the same. Oh, it could be Ewan McGregor or Clive Owen, or that keeps the sun selling copies and subscriptions.
Yes. Read journalism, read newspapers, don't read the Sun, guys. Like, they write, a stop clock is right now and then, is my point.
Yes. Stop clock's right twice a day.
Twice a day.
But let us know. Let's keep the conversation going. And I'm someone that works in the casting world, and just for fun, I like to dig and find those diamonds in the rough, like guys that are just coming up. And so let's keep the conversation going, and let's keep throwing around names to each other. And it's a fun game to play until Barbara and Michael deliver the word.
Yeah. And if by some chance the Gun Barrel comes out next year, maybe it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, maybe it's not. But if they do that, we're going to lose our mind.
And it was still fun to have the conversation, and it's fun to interact with all of you guys in the Bond community, and let's keep going.
Yeah. Is Henry Cavill your guy? Is Aaron Taylor Johnson your guy? Is it someone else? Is it you? Who's it going to be, really? Tell us.
Yeah.
Please. Until next time, we're going to keep arguing about this, but I'm Nicholas.
I'm Adam.
Hope you have, fellas. We'll see you soon.